Is up, fellow Titans? Today is Tuesday, which means that's time for another live Q&A all about eBay and Amazon dropshipping. As always, I'm your host, Paul J Lipsky. So the way this works is you come join me live. We do this every Tuesday at 4 p.m. And you come with any questions you guys have about dropshipping or making money online and ask them over in the live chat. And then I throw them up on the screen like this. I answer them for you guys. We keep it really casual. We hang out. We have some fun sometimes. And yeah, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification so you get alerted when I go live so you can ask your questions. I'm currently in Long Island in New York because I'm visiting with some family because my brother and sister-in-law just had a baby, which means that I'm officially an uncle. So that's pretty exciting. That's what's going on with me. Let me know where in the world you are chiming in from. Let me know some good news if you have any, and we'll share it with the Titans tribe. And if we get enough likes on this video, I'll tell you guys if it's a boy or girl. I'll get to that in a second. All right, we have Carlotta here saying hello from Ohio. Welcome, Carlotta. Any updates on stealth accounts and managed payments, Jeff? No, I mean, same thing. Managed stealth accounts have definitely gotten harder with managed payments. If you don't know what stealth accounts are, you don't need to worry about it. You only know what they are if you have to worry about them. But it's the same way. You got to form a partnership with someone and open the account in their name. Okay, let's see. What's up, Juan? Thanks for being here. Yeah, so anything you change with managed payments like that it sounds like it's being difficult for Wally. So when you set up managed payments, make sure you use the right checking account so that doesn't happen. Okay, what's up, Zacharia? Thanks for being here. Okay, someone asked, does something like AutoDS, is it good for a long-term method? Yeah, definitely. So with AutoDS, that means you're going to be drop shipping from other retail websites. And that definitely works. So it's just about putting time in, learning how the system works, and then scaling it up from there. Yeah, so if you have what if you're struggling to get started with going through the course? That's what the Facebook group's for. So anyone who joins my Facebook group, anyone who joins my course, Dropshipping Titans, they'll also get access to the private Facebook group. So you can go ahead and post any questions you get in there. You can get support in there. So that's the place to go for that. Hey, Kevin, thanks for asking. I'm doing great. How you doing? Yeah, so Kevin, PayPal will hold your money for 21 days. Yeah, PayPal will hold your money for 21 days if you're a new seller. So eBay, it's actually by eBay. So eBay, they don't want just some random person coming onto their website, selling a bunch of items, taking all the money and running away without actually shipping the customers their items. So what you need to do, what they require you to do is when you make a sale, they're going to hold your money. If you're using PayPal, PayPal will hold it. If you're on managed payments, eBay will hold it. Now, once the tracking number is uploaded and shows that the item was delivered, then that money will be released to you. And if it's not released to you, then it will be released after 21 days. So it's a safety to make sure you're not a scammer. They do it to all new sellers. So don't take it personally. All new sellers had to go through it. And after 2 to 3 months, they'll stop doing that for PayPal. They'll actually give you that money right away. Hey, Cupcake Trainings, thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ted. Ted says hello from Connecticut. Thank you for what you have done and continue to improve Dropshipping Titans. You rock, man. Thanks, Ted. I appreciate it. I think Ted's saying that because a couple weeks ago, I added some new content to the Dropshipping Titans course. Actually, I gave all my active members a brand new course all about wholesale dropshipping. And I gave it to them for free just because I wanted to see you guys do well. So it was my pleasure to do that. Thanks for appreciating it. Hey, what's up, Jose? Thanks for being here. I like this video. Cool. All right, so what we will do is let's keep going through these actually. Okay. Winston the Puggable, nice name, says, "Hey Paul, I'm fairly new dropshipper. I can't find a wholesaler that can compete with eBayers. I don't want to use AliExpress. eBay called me listing from Walmart on my first try." So what it sounds like is that you are trying to start dropshipping and you're not sure what supplier to use. Now, I do have a video that I've recorded and I'm going to be editing and uploading soon, all about how to find different suppliers and the best suppliers to use. But in your, just so you don't have to wait, you can use a bunch of retail websites. You said you don't want to use AliExpress, which is understandable because I don't want to dropship from China either. I don't want to dropship from AliExpress. But you can find wholesale suppliers, and I'll show you how to do that in that video. But you want to look for wholesale suppliers. You can search online for them that do drop shipping, and there are a lot that will. And when you find them, you can start selling their products on eBay at a higher margin because most people aren't going to do the work. They're not going to put in the work to find wholesale suppliers and go through that whole process. So it gives you a huge advantage to do it that way. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm officially an uncle now. And what I have for you guys right here, since I'm in my childhood house, I have my two old lightsabers. You see one's so old it's gotten yellow. So this is one of them right here. This is the other one. This one is a blue lightsaber, blue for boy. This one is a red, but we'll call it pink for girl. So if this video gets to 75 likes, I will activate one of the lightsabers. If it's a blue one, then I'm an uncle to a nephew, a boy. And if it's the pink one, then I'm an uncle to a niece, a girl. So I'll reveal to you which one it is if this video gets to 75 likes. If it doesn't, you guys will never know and you'll never see me activate the lightsaber. It's pretty cool when I turn it on. All right. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a huge Star Wars fan. I still am, but I used to be like huge, total geek. My old room had so much Star Wars stuff. Like, check this out. Right here. There's still remnants of it left. Here we have old Yoda, not to be confused with baby Yoda. Right here, I had a full cardboard stand-up of him, one of Boba Fett, one of Darth Vader. I loved Star Wars. It was like my entire life growing up. So, yeah. All right, let's get back to dropshipping. Hey, Mike, thanks for being here. And Lawrence from California. I'm doing great, Albert. Really excited about the baby. I get to meet the baby tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. We weren't allowed in the hospital to see the baby because of COVID. Sean. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate it. Nice, Rick. Making money with my Banggood course. Appreciate that, man. Wally's watching my van life videos. Appreciate that, man. Okay. Just starting out my dropshipping business. Should I use AutoDS from the start? Yeah, I recommend it. It's the first software that I recommend you get. And you should use the non-API version of AutoDS. That's what I recommend. So it's really nice because it'll allow you to quickly list items onto eBay. Then if the price changes on the supplier's website or the item's stock changes, it will automatically change on eBay for you. So that's pretty cool. And you can do it right from the start. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, Kimchi from Colorado. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Retro. Yeah, I took your advice. Well, normally I'm in my RV traveling around, my van, I should say, but in the old family bedroom for now. You see the cool painting back there of the scuba diver. Hey, what's up, Laura from Spain? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's find some questions. Ooh, so your seller rating was 60% tracking uploaded and you got an MC011. Yeah, so definitely make that a priority. You got to upload the tracking numbers for all your items and make sure you get them in there so that something like this doesn't happen. eBay, one of the things that's frustrating is that if you go into your account health, it specifically says in there that you won't get penalized for not uploading tracking numbers. They say that you can get top rated status if you do upload them all, but you're still above standard even if you upload no tracking numbers, which is kind of a disservice that they say that, because even though you won't fall below standard, you'll still get an MC011 if you don't upload your tracking numbers. So this is why you have to upload your tracking numbers for all your orders. And if you're not, there's a really good chance you're going to get an MC011. By the way, guys, I forgot to say, so once the video gets to 75 likes and I activate one of these, actually, I think I did say this. It makes a really cool noise too. So I'm pretty excited for that. But we're at 43 likes. We have a little ways to go before we get to 75. Hey, what's up, Captain John? John, what kind of captain's license do you have? Like a boat? Oh, shoot. Albert has a bad situation he's in. What's the best situation to take when I dropship a couch from Walmart to the wrong address? Had to reorder again. How can I fix this with Walmart? All right, Albert, you really have to figure out where this is in the process. So if the item has not shipped yet, then you got to, and I'm assuming it's a little bit of more expensive product. If it hasn't shipped yet, then you have to contact Walmart. You can call them, you can chat in with them, and really try to push them to get this order canceled. Tell them you entered in an old address that you don't live at anymore. It's going to be shipped there. And if it goes there, you're out all that money. There's no way you're going to get it back. Even if they shipped it out, sometimes they can reach out to the carrier and either have the carrier redirect it, in which case you want it redirected back to Walmart ideally, or even to your address, or to a pickup point. And if it sits at the pickup point, then eventually it will be returned back to Walmart when no one picks it up. So those are the ideal situations. If it's already been delivered, you're in a much tougher spot. So I'll tell you a little bit of a story, because this has happened to me, where I had a virtual assistant who messed up on some orders, and she accidentally sent something that was about $250 to the wrong customer. She switched two orders. I was really mad about it because it wasn't the first time she had done this, and this one in particular was really expensive. So this customer in Florida, he got, I don't remember what it was, but it was a $250 item. And I was like, that really stings, because now I'm out that $250 and have to reorder it. And this customer got the wrong item too, so I had to reorder his item. The whole thing was just a mess. So that customer, I reached out to him and said, hey, I'm sorry you got the wrong item. We're going to make this right. And he sent back all these messages. He was just talking about how he was laughing about it. He thought it was so funny. He opened up. He was like, this wasn't what I ordered at all. It's just totally confused. And how he appreciated my message because it clarified things. And he even said, I'm going to, how can I return this? I want to help you return this. It looks expensive. So the guy was really accommodating, which was really nice. But not all buyers are going to be like that. Some of them are going to be mad. So if you get the couch that was delivered to the wrong address, if it was to another customer, then you can try to reach out to them and get them to return it, or just tell them to leave it outside for the return. If you can have someone like a UPS or FedEx come pick it up. Otherwise, if you just send it to a random address, you're kind of out of luck there. But the more important thing here, Albert, is, and this is what I did in my situation, was I then evaluated what happened. So how did this happen? How did my virtual assistant mess this up? Well, first I identified which virtual assistant it was, and then identify how can we prevent this from happening again? So I had to retrain her. What really helped was something like Spot and Paste, which allows you to quickly copy the shipping address from eBay and paste it onto your supplier's website. And the good news about that is that you're not going to have any, not going to make that mistake when you do it. It's much less likely to make that mistake. So something like that helped. Unfortunately, the long story with this virtual assistant is that even after multiple times retraining her, she continued to make the mistake. And that was one of the few times I had to fire a virtual assistant, which was really, really hard to do. She was very upset by it. She kept asking me for a job back. But the thing is, when you decide to fire a virtual assistant, first of all, don't take it lightly. This is someone's job. This is their source of income. I wouldn't just fire someone on a whim or just because they messed up one thing. You got to give them chances to make it right. But if they don't, at the end of the day, this is a business for you, and you got to do what's best for the business. Otherwise, you go out of business, you stop making money, and the virtual assistant's out of a job anyway. So, and then when you make that decision to fire them, you have to stick to that. Even if they tell you this or that or whatever, you've made a business decision and you got to stick with it. And that's what I did. And it was really hard. It's probably the worst thing about this job and about having a team, but it's part of the thing that comes with it. Yeah. And hopefully that won't happen to you. Hopefully you have good virtual assistants. Okay. Yeah. So I have seen a few people commenting about this, how Walmart is now using last mile delivery. They're testing it in a few locations. I don't have a good solution for this, honestly. This is something we got to keep an eye on. Because for those of you who don't know, last mile delivery is Walmart's testing a new program. And this was something that I was kind of afraid that they were going to do. And they're starting to do it, which is normally when they ship items, they ship them via UPS or FedEx, and we get a tracking number for that item. Now, what they're doing is they're testing a new thing called last mile delivery, where they'll actually have like vans or trucks from the Walmart store. They put the items on the truck and just drive to the customer's address and drop it off. And when they do that, there's no tracking number. And we need tracking numbers for eBay. This is what I just talked about, and for Amazon as well. So with last mile delivery, we're not getting tracking numbers that we can use. So that is a problem. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens. Maybe they'll stop using it. Maybe it's only in certain places around the country, or maybe they will add some sort of tracking to that, similar to the way that Amazon Logistics did that as well, and we'll find a workaround. But for now, just a waiting game. The worst thing you can do with any sort of e-commerce business, especially what I've seen with dropshipping, is react too quickly. We've seen potential problems come up where we say, oh man, this means the end of dropshipping from Home Depot, or it means the end of dropshipping from Walmart, or it means the end of dropshipping on eBay entirely. And then if you just wait and kind of see where things land, you realize after a couple months, hey, that wasn't so bad. We found a way to adapt to it, and we didn't have to change everything or just give up on it entirely. So that's kind of been the attitude I've been taking, because it works. Things have changed, and I don't react right away. I kind of wait to see what happens. If I need to change, then I do. But usually the changes don't need to happen, or they're just mediocre small changes. Simon Jackson has a question. What is the AutoDS Finder? So the AutoDS Finder is a part of AutoDS where you press a couple buttons and you choose, okay, I want to find items that are being drop shipped from Home Depot onto eBay. And I want items that have sold at least this many times in the past month. And you plug that in and it'll spit out, let's say, 5 products that meet that criteria, and it'll find it for you automatically. So that's what it purports to do. I think it's pretty good, but it's not my favorite feature. There's a lot of other things I love about AutoDS. That's not my favorite because I just like doing my product research manually. Or not manually. I use Zeek Analytics, which is a software tool, but I prefer to actually have myself and my virtual assistants go through and find those products instead of having a software just kind of give you results. All right, so we're at 61 likes. Remember, once we get to 75 likes, I will be revealing the gender of the new baby in my family by igniting one of the lightsabers, the blue one or the red/pink one. So if you haven't given the video a thumbs up yet, please give it a thumbs up. If you're getting value out of it, I would appreciate that. Michael State, you applied for the Facebook group many times. That's, if you haven't received a response, that's because you're entering the wrong email. So Michael, check what email you enrolled in the course with. And then when you apply to the Facebook group, it's going to ask you, what email did you use when you signed up for the course? You have to enter in that email. If you enter in the wrong email, the system or my virtual assistant will just ignore your message entirely, because there are people who try to sneak into the group who haven't paid. All right. So that's what you're doing. If you're still having problems, then just email Paul at pauljlipsky.com. That's the support. Okay. Nice, man. Retro Galaxy is back from vacation and ready to work. That's what I like to hear, man. I like to hear that you took a vacation, but I like to hear that you're ready to work. Wholesale. Do it. I saw your review from Cupcake Girl. Says, call me Phil. Call me Phil, maybe? From Cupcake Girl. That's from Cupcake Training. She's another YouTuber, and she makes awesome videos all about entrepreneurship and making money online as well. And she recently reviewed my courses. She did a full review of both of them. So you can look up Cupcake Training and then eBay Dropshipping, or Cupcake Training Amazon Dropshipping. You'll find a review of either of my courses there. And she's awesome. She makes some great videos. Okay. Question from Retro Galaxy about wholesale dropshipping. So the question is, will I get the same level of respect from wholesale suppliers as I would with an LLC if I don't have an LLC? Don't want to pay for the LLC paperwork to test this. All right. So inside my course, Wholesale Titans, which currently is not available to the public, it's only available to current members of my eBay Dropshipping Titans course. That means they got both for the price of one. I teach how when you start doing wholesale dropshipping, you need to have a legitimate, real business. Because once you start talking with the wholesale suppliers, they're going to want to see. This is not just Retro Galaxy making a request to work with them. They want to see, okay, this is a person, but they have a business. It's Retro Galaxy LLC, right? And they might have, and they need a web presence as well. So the question is, can you skip forming an LLC and not do that? So you can. So if you skip making LLC, my recommendation is that you do what's called the DBA. So what I show in the course, DBA stands for doing business as. States have different names for them. In New York, for instance, is called an assumed name. So basically what a DBA is, okay, my name is Paul Lipsky, right? Let's say I started selling products on my own website, and I called them, like, I don't know, Pine Tree Products or something like that. Or I'd open a store called Pine Tree Products. I don't know. Now, I would have to file in New York or wherever I was, let's say Florida, where I live, in Florida, and say, okay, I'm filing a DBA, Paul Lipsky, DBA, doing business as Pine Tree Products, because that puts the whole state on notice that Paul Lipsky is Pine Tree Products, and they're the same thing. So that's what I would do. I would create a DBA, and then you can just apply under that name. So you might want to make a DBA called, make your business name Retro Galaxy, and that will allow you to operate under the name Retro Galaxy. And I would still make the website. I would still get the email address. I show how to do that in the course for free. So you might as well do that part of it, because then they'll still take you seriously. Yep. Good wholesalers I can recommend. Again, I have a video I'm going to be releasing soon about how to find suppliers, including wholesale suppliers. So one of the tricky parts about doing wholesale is finding the right suppliers to use. So when you find a good one, you don't want to reveal it. So it's kind of similar to retail dropshipping. When we find good products, we don't want to reveal what those products are. With wholesale, the real trick is not only the products, but also finding the right suppliers. So when we do find them, I don't want to reveal what they are exactly. But I do reveal how to find them, how I found them in this video I'll be making. And in the course as well, it teaches that. Nice, Ben. Congratulations. Oh, I didn't hear something happen to Tom. Hope he's okay. Yeah, you can start with wholesale right away, or you can start selling household stuff. Whichever one you want to do is fine, Rick. Or Nick, sorry. Let's see. Yes, you can use AutoDS. Do you have to use a PayPal account and the managed payments on eBay? You're only going to be using one. So eBay will either make you do managed payments and then you're not using PayPal, or you're not on managed payments and you are using PayPal. Yes, I can recommend a service called Appeal Guru. Just Google them. I've sent other people there and they've done well, so that's the one that I can recommend. Yeah, so with wholesale, when you're doing wholesale drop shipping, the suppliers that you use, they're going to have many different brands that they sell. And just because you get a relationship with a supplier that sells that brand doesn't necessarily mean you're allowed to sell that brand. So the same rules still apply. On eBay, it's called Vero. You have to check against a Vero list. And on Amazon, it's called being gated. You still need to become ungated. Oh, nice. I don't know if I saw that one. I use this software to run my live streams, and so it does a really good job, but some things it doesn't do a great job at, in particular with super chats. So I don't know if I saw that, but I really do appreciate it, and I like that idea of tipping a server $10 with the super chat. I might start doing that because what I used to do is anytime I would get a super chat, I would just buy treats for my dog, but now my dog has way too many treats. So maybe I'll start tipping servers with all the super chats that I get and recording them on Instagram or TikTok. If you guys want to follow me, it's Paul J Lipsky in both places. I'll try that, though I haven't been eating out all that much recently because you can't really. Yes, you can. I haven't tried it myself. I've definitely looked into it. I would love to talk about this more in the channel soon. If you guys want to hear about this, I can run some experiments, see how well it works. Drop shipping on Walmart, drop shipping on Facebook Marketplace. Let me guys know. If you guys want to see that, I'll run some experiments. I'll try it out myself, but I haven't tried it myself so far. Hey. No, that's not going to happen. And he says all international accounts will be closed. No. So what will happen is that managed payments is expanding. So it's being open to more markets than just ebay.com. So you'll be able to sell on your own eBay. And the alternative is you get set up as a business here in the United States. Let's see. What does it mean if it's green? I know what the colors are. If it's green, that means we're having a baby Yoda. That is a strange incentive, but yeah, okay, have a like. It's more about the lightsaber. I don't know. I'm excited to reveal the gender to you guys. I'm still a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm 65. Is there an app to copy buyer's info to a shipping address? Yes. It's called Spot and Paste. Let me put it in the chat for you, Wally. Although then I'm going to lose my place in the chat. Yes, and I got to go all the way back up to where I left off. Oh, I found it. Perfect. Yes, it is. It's always evolving. So that's one of the reasons I've updated my course, teaching new methods such as wholesale. Retail still works, but wanted to give you guys another option as well. What Star Wars character did you drop ship as? Dress up as? As a kid, it was always a Jedi. Oh, Retro Galaxy with the stalker comment here. So I'm trying to decide if Paul is the light or dark side. I mean, he would be light side, but he does have a stormtrooper pillow in the van. So yeah, but I might punch that pillow. You know, that might be how I get my aggression out. That means if Walmart's not shipping on time, that means you need to increase your handling and shipping times. That's what you have to do. You got to put where the product is. So if your product is in the United States, you can put it's in the United States. But if it's coming from China, do not put that it's coming from the United States. That's a good way to get banned. Let's get to 75 likes just for the startup noise of that Kyber crystal. So LJ Fraz, this is not, yes, all lightsabers have Kyber crystals, but this is not one from Disney World. This is an OG. These are OG ones. I'll talk more about them at the end because we have gotten to 89 likes now, so I will be revealing it a little bit later. Let's get through some more questions first, and I'll talk about where I got these lightsabers from too. Like I said, right now it's kind of in beta testing just to current members of my eBay Dropshipping Titans course. So the only way to get it is by being a member of that course. And then once I get good feedback and make some adjustments, then I'll make it public. I tried using a few VAs on Fiverr who claimed to be able to find winning products. My word, I should start a channel on what not to do. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll make a video trying that as an experiment myself. Smash that. I'm way behind on the chat, but I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Anything you can do to get out of there if you're tired of it. CJ Dropshipping, I've heard good things about them. I haven't personally used them myself. I've played around a little bit with them, but they look good, and I've heard good things about them. But I don't have a ton of experience. Not something that I've really leveled up with. Hey, Bobby made it. Congrats, Bobby, for being here. Nathan says, I watched an old video with your DSM tool website. I've used them but I heard you talk about AutoDS. Which one is better? So I don't think one's better than the other. AutoDS is the one that I prefer using. It has all the features that I like. It works with suppliers that I like. So that's the one that I like and recommend and use. Jay, what's up? I'm not even sure what that means, but I'm smirking because I know it's some sort of witty comment. Thumbs up, people. Thanks, Bobby. Hey, Annie from Brooklyn. Welcome back. Fishing guide. Oh, that's cool. Hey, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back, I should say. How do you know that the product's still going to be there after you make the website? I'm not sure what you mean by that. All right. Esthi Pearl says, hey, Paul, I'm from Canada. I recently joined the course and have a question. What is the best time to hire a virtual assistant? I'm a student and don't really have the time. So there's no one answer for this. So myself, I waited until I just was way too busy and didn't have enough time to continue to scale up my store. And that's when I hired my first virtual assistant. Now, for a lot of people who are in a situation like you, and I see this happen a lot with people who own other businesses and they're jumping into the dropshipping game, trying to get it started up. What I've seen is that they try to hire a virtual assistant right away. That way, the virtual assistant can be the one who grows and scales a store right from the start. So it's really in your particular situation. I think for most people, though, my advice is to learn it yourself. Do it yourself first. Then once you start to get some momentum and you find a task that you've really gotten down, like maybe product research or fulfilling orders, you can hire a virtual assistant to do that repetitive task. And that's a really easy one to start to outsource, something like that. Or if you have something that you just hate doing. So for me, I hated fulfilling orders. That was the first job that I hired a virtual assistant for. And you don't have to trust them 100% right away. So what I did was I was really nervous about hiring my first virtual assistant. I thought it wouldn't go well, that no one could fulfill orders as well as I could, which, I'm making the face right now because it's not that hard to fulfill orders, right? It's not a challenging thing, but I was still afraid they wouldn't do a good job. So what I ended up doing was I hired the virtual assistant just to take the address from eBay and enter it onto my supplier's website and save it in the address book there. Now, this was before Spot and Paste either was around or before I knew about it. I wish I had it back then. But I hired that virtual assistant to do that. And then one day, I remember, I think I got sick or I was overwhelmed. I just felt overwhelmed for some reason by all the orders. And I think I was sick. And I just sent a message to my virtual assistant saying, I've saved the credit card on HomeDepot.com. Here are all the orders. Can you just fulfill them? I'm sick tonight. I can't do it. And it was just kind of like a delirious decision because I normally wouldn't have had the guts to trust a virtual assistant to do that. And I didn't train him how to do it. And I just went to sleep. I woke up the next morning. I was like, oh my gosh, my account's probably a mess. I probably messed everything up. And I went in and everything was fine. He fulfilled all the orders correctly. I checked a bunch of them. They're all fine because it's not that hard. These things that we learn to do, these repetitive things, are very easy to outsource. And so from then on, he just fulfilled all my orders. I started giving him more tasks to do, and he was just able to do them because it wasn't something that was like rocket science, right? No software template. What do you mean by this? I noticed a seller on module 2 that was a really good seller has no software template. Do you mean like the template for the description? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, what's up? I love cupcake trainings. Okay. Oh, so a follow-up question from Ronnie about virtual assistants. Ronnie says, at what point should I hire a full-time VA store manager? Right now I have one listing. Should I hire one after a certain amount of products or sales? So the best thing to do when it comes to a manager virtual assistant, and this is a virtual assistant who will hopefully end up running your entire store either by themselves or they'll hire other virtual, or you'll hire, but the new virtual assistants will work under this main one. The best thing to do is to train up the current virtual assistant that you have. Because if you do that, you already have a virtual assistant that you trust, that you know is doing a good job. Teach that one how to fulfill orders. So now you don't have to hire and train a new virtual assistant. All you have to do is take the existing one, give them more responsibilities and duties. So now they will list products and fulfill orders. Then you can train them to do customer service as well. This is something that they probably want. They probably want more hours and more work. And then if things get out of control or they don't have enough to handle it or enough time, you can hire a second one to help them, to be their assistant. Usually it's pretty fast. If you're working with a wholesale supplier, it's usually less than a week to get approved by them. It's usually just a couple of days. See, every wholesale supplier, for those of you who don't know what Grant's talking about, you can't just sign up to sell their products like you would on Walmart, where you just sign up for a Walmart account. For a true wholesale supplier, you have to send in documents such as like you got to give them your EIN number, you have to give them your sales tax information and prove that you're sales tax exempt. So things like that. They might look at your website as well, which I talk about in my course, how to get around that. So it is a process so they have to review all that. They have to check you out, make sure you're legitimate, and then they prove you, and then you can sign in to their website or get the documents from them. So it usually just takes a few days for that to happen, but it depends on the supplier. Oh, I think you're talking about Shopify. I don't do Shopify. Andrea has a question about my Amazon dropshipping course. So in my course, I talk about product research. I talk about that a lot in the course because it's one of the most important things you got to master. And I talk about the software I use, which is AMZ Scout. Now, Andrea says she doesn't want to use AMZ Scout because she already has a subscription for Helium 10. Does that work the same? So there are several different tools you can use that are like AMZ Scout. Other ones that people look at are Jungle Scout, and there's also Helium 10 as well. I've looked at AMZ Scout, obviously. I've looked at Jungle Scout. They're similar. There's features that I like more about AMZ Scout. I've seen Helium 10. I've never personally tried it, so I don't know if it's the same. I'm sure it's very similar. I'm sure you can get by with it. At the very least, I'm sure you're going to be fine. But AMZ Scout was just the one that I prefer and use and know the most about. Okay, cool. Yeah, the review was, I was really flattered by the review that she left me. It was really awesome. And I'm really glad that people are here that know her. My pleasure, Albert. Now, wholesale is completely allowed on eBay, so you're not going to get flagged for wholesale. Does a TrackerBot paste me tool the same as Spot and Paste? I think it's similar, but the Spot and Paste one, from what I understand, is much better, particularly because Spot and Paste works with any supplier. You can actually train it, so to speak, to work with any supplier, including wholesale suppliers. It also works if you're drop shipping on Amazon and Shopify, I think, as well. And I don't know if it works. It might work with some other marketplaces. But I know it works with Amazon, eBay, and Shopify, and with any wholesaler. Oh, so that's what we're talking about, Mark. Mark wants to know, when you dropship, do you have to manually type in each address of the buyer every time someone buys something, or is there a way to automatically ship a product to the buyer? So there are ways to automatically do it. So for instance, AutoDS has that function if you're dropshipping from Amazon or from AliExpress. But there's also Spot and Paste. That's what we're talking about. So Spot and Paste, what it does is it's a Chrome extension. You pay for it, and I just put the link somewhere in the chat. And then what you do once you install the Chrome extension and sign into it, then what you'll see is when you go to eBay, there'll be next to every order a button that the Chrome extension adds that says copy. You press that button, it copies the address. Then you go to your supplier's website and you go through the checkout. And when you're on the screen that has the fields to enter in for the shipping address, you just click on the Chrome extension, click on paste, and it will paste in the address. It'll paste the name where the name goes, the address where the address goes, zip code, phone number. So that saves you a ton of time. It's super fast to do that. And yeah, it's a really, really great little tool that they have. And like I said, you can do that. You can copy addresses from your eBay account. You can copy it from your Amazon account, your Shopify account, if you do that, and paste it into any website that has those fields. So retail websites like Walmart or Amazon or HomeDepot.com, also wholesale suppliers. So it has a really cool function where, let's say you're using a wholesale supplier that no one's ever used before, that's used Spot and Paste, or that you haven't used. And what you do is you click the Chrome extension, it will show you the address. You take the name, you drag it to where the name goes. You take the address, you drag it to where the address goes. And then you just taught the Chrome extension how it works. So then the next time you go check out on that supplier's website, all you have to do is click paste, one button, and it will automatically add it to the right place. I don't know how they do it. It's really, really cool though. It's one of like the coolest drop shipping tools that I've seen. I believe it or not, it's not the first time I've heard that happening to someone. All right. The Crumps Enterprise says, where's the best place to get funding for my Amazon dropshipping business? I also have bad credit. So I do have a resource for you. They don't require a credit check. It's not credit. I'll put it in the link in the chat so you can see that. And that's who I would use. I also want to give a shout out to Joe here. Whoa, a $25 super chat. Thank you, Joe, so much. I think that's way too many treats for my dog. So I think this is one that I'm definitely going to be paying forward at the next restaurant that I go to. So I'm going to write this one down. We have $10 from last week. And this will be going, I don't know, I'll post it on both Instagram and TikTok. So that's from Joe. So I'll let the waiter know that's from you, Joe. I appreciate it, man. All right, let's go to the top. Where did I leave off? All right. So I lost my place, but that's okay. I'll just pick up from somewhere in here. Jay says, Paul, I waited a long time to get the course. Now I'm pissed. I waited so long. It's so easy to follow, and I'm already learning a lot. So thanks, Jay. Jay's been coming to the lives for a while now, and we're super glad he's now a part of the Titans tribe. I'm glad you're loving it, man. Thanks for that feedback. Let's talk about Amazon dropshipping. Will the AMZ Scout be included? If you join my course, no, it's not. Wow. You could always send me a DM on Instagram. I'm a little skeptical. Not trying to put down what you're saying. Maybe it's true, but I'm a little skeptical. So send me a DM on Instagram, Paul J Lipsky, and we'll chat over there. Let's see. My mom said at my gender reveal, my color was tapioca pudding in beige. Beige. What does that mean? That you'll be like a UPS driver? If you're using AutoDS, you don't need Spot and Paste. They have their own extension, yes, but Spot and Paste, the great thing about Spot and Paste is that I only have to train my virtual assistants once how to use it, and then it will work with any wholesale supplier. It will work with Amazon dropshipping, and if I ever do Shopify, it'll work with that as well. Walt from VA, what is the software name that you can add your products to Amazon and keep the inventory and updated price changes? So it's a two software system they have to use. So it's Web Scraper app and Inform. That's what you can use. What issues? So everyone talks about credit card cashback, but no one talks about the issues you run into with credit cards when dropshipping. Like what kind of issues? As long as you pay off the card, I'm not a credit expert, but as long as you pay off the card, that's what I do. I pay off my card in full before the end of the month so I don't actually pay interest on it. How do you automate the dropshipping process? So the first step is to get software, something like AutoDS, and then after that, hire virtual assistants. That's the short answer. Okay. Oh, so listing manually. Yeah, so Jay, I don't use templates with my listings. So when I list items with AutoDS, even though there's an option to create a template that makes a nice looking description. I don't use that. I use plain text. I think I should show that how to do that in the course. I believe I changed that earlier this year. So just double check, because I teach you how to just make it plain text. $5 an hour for that one. I do not say that. Let's see. We're going to get to the lightsaber ignition in just a few minutes. But let's see. Joe didn't even ask a question. He just left that super chat. Someone is getting a big tip. It's my pleasure, Julia, and I appreciate you saying that. She says, thanks for the wholesale course, answering all the questions. No one else does that. Truly appreciate it. It's my pleasure. What's this? I bought your course, but there was a reference to getting a PayPal account and the training video wasn't there. Do you need a new PayPal account for each eBay store? I'm not sure what you mean by the video wasn't there, because there is a video explaining how to set up a PayPal account. You only need one PayPal account, and you can have multiple eBay accounts under it. So if you're missing a video for some reason, send me an email, paul@pauljlipsky.com, and we'll look into why you can't see that video for some reason. What are the advantages of using gift cards over credit cards? So the main advantages, what used to be an advantage was that you could get your gift cards at a discount. So you could get like $100 Home Depot gift cards for like $95. So you save 5%. And you do that over and over again, you just increase your margins by 5%. Those gift cards are harder to find now. And it's not really, it's not really as sustainable of a business model as it used to be. Now, the main benefit now is that you can give those gift cards to your virtual assistants, and they can pay with the gift card instead of you having to give out your credit card information. Nice, man. Yeah. Once you get that first sale, like that is a game changer. Now you just got to scale it up and get those sales flowing. You'll get there though. Okay. Let's see. Let's see any other good questions in here. Yeah, if you order a product and it's stuck in processing, you got to reach out to the supplier and ask them what's going on. Ask them why they haven't shipped it out, and usually they can push it along. No, you can't. Your money first has to go to your bank account. Let's see. Okay. Maybe just 2 more minutes of questions. We're going to get back to the bad jokes. Maybe next week we'll do that again. Or something like it. Maybe riddles again. Bad jokes, something like that. All right. Good question. It's a good question to say about virtual assistants. How do you handle order flow, customer service when the VAs are asleep? Do you run 2 shifts to handle orders 24/7? No. Well, yeah, there's 2 shifts, but not while they're sleeping. So we have orders being placed in what's the morning for me, and then at night as well. So it's basically when they wake up and then right before they go to sleep. And that way things are cleared out by the start of the day, and then they're cleared out again at the end of the day. So they kind of work and then take a long break and then work kind of thing. It's a lot more flexible for them. It works out for them because then they can wake up early. I'm always changing time zones, so I forget what time's what. But they can wake up early, get their work done, and then spend the day living their life, taking care of their kids, whatever, and then work right before they go to sleep too. Okay, I think it's time for the gender reveal. Okay, so this is the moment you guys have been waiting for. So again, I have two lightsabers here. This one is a red one. It is a replica of Darth Vader's lightsaber. We're going to call it pink though. This one is a blue one. This is one that I spent a lot of money on when I was in middle school or high school. I think I saved up what was to me a lot of money at the time. Like this was a couple $100s. It's a custom lightsaber that I bought online. I still remember the website. It's called parksabers.com because I wanted a lightsaber that no one else had because I always wanted to be a Jedi. So I got this one, and this one's blue. So if this one turns on and you see blue, then I'm an uncle to a boy. And if this one turns on and it's red with pink, then I'm an uncle to a girl. You guys ready? You guys want to take bets on what it is? Let's see how many of you guys are right. So who thinks it's a boy and who thinks it's a girl? So let me know in the chat. We'll do that in a second. You see, this is like really old. So I got this probably when I was like in elementary school, and that's why it's so yellowed and old at this point. This was like way before the days of when you could get lightsabers at Disney World. Now the lightsabers are really cool. I'm kind of jealous of those ones because you build them yourself. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Like you go into the lightsaber factory in Disney World or in the Star Wars world in Disney, Galaxy's Edge, and you build a lightsaber. Like you pick your own hilt out, you pick your own like top out, you actually put in the kyber crystal, which is what gives the lightsaber its color. So you can choose all these different colors. There's like special ones that are like secret that only a few people ever find. I think it's like a white or black one. And they make sounds, and it's just really, really cool. I think that would have been cooler than this one. So yeah, geeking out though. So let's see, we see pink, blue, like it's about 50-50 here. So let's do this. All right. One of them has batteries in it, one of them doesn't. So let's do it. Oh, we got red, pink, which means I'm of course I'm a uncle to a niece, and she's beautiful. She's such a pretty girl. All the pictures, she's so tiny. I can't wait to meet her tomorrow. It's just been very exciting here with my family because we're all just super excited. My mom's just been freaking out. She's a grandmother for the first time. My dad's grandpa for the first time. So we're all really excited. I'm very eager to meet her tomorrow. She's like tiny. They sent me photos. She's like 5 pounds. She's so cute. Put a cute little hat on her with like anyway, I don't want to be one of those people that just shows you all the photos of their niece like a million times. Don't put the lightsaber on your neck. Good point. Good point. But yep, that's my lightsaber collection. I used to have these plastic ones too, but this one's my favorite because it makes a noise. Let's just make more noise. And if you hit it, it makes that noise too. So that's pretty cool. So yep, guys, that's all I got for you. So thanks so much for hanging out and for indulging me in sharing my lightsaber collection with you guys. If you guys got any more questions, then make sure to join us next week for the next live Q&A. To do that, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, or just join us live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I also release videos on Sundays, so make sure you check out those ones. This Sunday, I'm talking about all the software that I use for my dropshipping business, whether that's from product research to listing items to things like spot and paste. So we talked about a lot of this in this video. If you want to see how that works, make sure to check out that video because I'll show you all of it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.